Hello, beautiful and brave soul. I find it strange when the word Armageddon is trending. And for me, this has been presented in my psyche and my mind for over a decade, where I would panic and I'd be in my kitchen with a map and preaching to my family that the world was ending and we all needed to prepare, and I was stockpiling water and food, and basically I was just utterly paranoid. And I was frantic. I was losing my mind, and it was really hard to go to work and function because everyone just, they didn't see what I was picking up on. And I was like about to run out of the country and just like there was so much going on. I eventually actually ran into a psych ward at some point in my journey. And I also learned how to do tarot. To balance everything out, I learned to get into nature. I learned to listen to what's going on in the ether, in my mind, versus when I'm in the vibration of fear or when I'm in the vibration of love. And I've really learned how to navigate frequency. So I've pulled out a couple cards here to see where your energy is and what's going on and how I can help and how I can aid in this very crazy time that we are in collectively. So Spirit, the universe, Most High, has enlisted me to be here in this moment to provide you with guidance and a little bit of love. And we're gonna raise the frequency here with some sounds, because sound healing is so amazing and it really blocks out low vibrations. If it irritates you when I hit this, actually, it's like bells irritate demons, quote unquote. So it'll help you to get in alignment. And if you're not able to get at a high frequency, this message isn't for you. But let's raise the frequency. Let's choose a path of peace, a path of joy, a path of harmony. Because humans, we've survived a lot of things. And we will continue to survive a lot of things. And it looks like we have an advantage here with the age of information, the age of Aquarius, the internet, everything we have going on that we may be using for toxic, low vibrational things, because we're very addicted to the drama. We've been programmed and convinced that we are not children of the divine, children of the creator. Somewhere along the line, we've been convinced, coerced, and manipulated to believe that we are somehow somehow subservient to the kings and rulers of this current reality that we collectively, collaboratively create and share. So, shared fantasy. I did not notice that, but that is real. We are in a shared fantasy, a delusion. And in this illusion, it's projecting into our relationships, into the way we view ourselves, the way we show up for others, the way we show up for ourselves. And we've really gotten out of touch. So I'm gonna start shuffling some cards, pulling some cards, and find out what this quick communication is. So I've got the underlying energy as the 8 of Wands. So swift, quick communication. The number 8 is potentially significant to the message. Not only because of the 8 of Wands, but I was at the park today and I picked up this thing and it had symbols and stuff on it, and the 8, it looked like the infinity stood out to me. And then I saw it again, I don't know, sometime later, and now the 8 of Wands. So the 8, or the number 8, so that's, what month is that? October something, I don't know. The number 8 is significant to something here. Ohana, okay, we are love, we are one. Ohana is here. It's to say that if you are really going through it, if you are struggling, if you are freaking out, okay, remember that before you were scared or before you were freaking out, there was an internal child, a purer version of yourself before it was corrupted and convinced, okay, through some sort of hormonal imbalance or influence to feel some type of way. Wow, androgynous. We're starting off big, okay? Are you ready? This is big. This is huge energy. So, wow. Guys, if you're here, you're ready. I'm telling you, the androgynous, that's about the swift communication. Witch trials, androgynous, huh? Natural disasters. Guys, I'm telling you, I done tapped into something here. So you see these two cards? I can't really see. Natural disasters and androgynous. So what I'm picking up on with that is, this is only for those who are ready, okay? I don't expect everyone to be ready for this, so let's just be real. We showing up authentic today. So androgynous, natural disasters, that's really bringing about gods and deities, things that are much greater than the kings and rulers vibe. The ones who bring about earth changes. So what do we worship? Interesting. So what do you worship? They want the children. They want the children. Keys to the car. What an interesting combination. Keys to the car. They want the children. Keys to the car. Fuel. Keys to the car. Give me the keys. I want to drive. I gotta go somewhere. Fuel. Movement. Male gaze. Ew. Wizard of Oz. I'm seeing something very not, I would prefer not to talk about, but I have to do what I'm called to do. So, unconditional love. Marriage does not stop male nature. With witch trials. So I'm going to start pulling some tarot because I'm just going to get the message out. But they want the children with the male gaze. That's really giving me elite bad vibes. Oh wow, I split on the King and Queen of Swords. This is real. Like what I'm about to say today is high level information. It's truth. It's cold. It's not quite comfortable. It's not cozy. It's not earthy. It's not warm. It's just going to be facts. We're just going to talk about the truth today. And matter of fact. It's going to be very matter of fact, to the point. It is what it is. But we are going to play, okay? We're not going to deny our right to party, our right to enjoy the process of unraveling what's going on here. Judgment. First card, guys. Judgment. Judgment. It's so my awakening may have started over 10 years ago when I was in my kitchen acting crazy. But the collective Judgment Day is a different experience. I made a crazy video on this like 7 years ago on my other channel. And it was because I was just having so much going on. And what we are here, it is, I'm not going to let the energy get carried away. We're going to stay grounded. We're going to keep it blunt. So we need to focus on how we're building with each other. We need to focus on how we're wasting our time. Because when things fall and crumble, it's like, what could you have better spent your time doing? What could you have, how could you better have fulfilled yourself? How could you have nourished your energy, your experience, your life? This is also saying that the judgment itself is causing delays. We have natural disasters with judgment and not being able to build because of lack of harmony, delays in the project. Okay, so whatever the project is for you and for us, we are energy, frequency, and vibration. So it's so many different things, but we are being encouraged to utilize the knowledge. Like, what on the internet is of benefit to you versus what are you spending your time in drama or in... Now we have the Hermit. The Hermit with judgment. Wow. Like, I'm serious. With the Star in reverse. Hopelessness, despair, focusing on the negative. So this is a soul revival. It's saying that don't be somebody who chooses oblivious, naive, denial, deflecting, projecting, blaming, shaming, guilt, fear. Don't be that person. Choose wisdom, practical, internal guidance. What is your light? How do we ignite your light? What are ways today you can start implementing? We don't know when and what is happening. That is just what it is. But we know it's here. We know it's coming. You know, I need to pull out my notebook one day. When I first started getting downloads and I started writing stuff down, I started getting years and dates and all types of crazy stuff of what was going to transpire. And it's like, I'm being shown that at this moment, it's important and critical for you to remember that you are an eternal soul. You are a multi-dimensional, high vibrational being that is living inside of a meat suit temporarily for an experience. And in this process, you will return back to that version of yourself. And when you do it in such a high vibration that you didn't miss out on anything. You didn't leave anything behind. So I remember hearing this a while back where, you know, when we move on, when we pass on, it's like in that moment of goodbye-ness where your heart stops, it's like you need to be in a state of love, or it's really important, abundance even. You want to catapult into the next experience in a proper vibration. If you do it through hate, fear, envy, jealousy, pride, ego, lust, gluttony, you know, these really not great portals to destruction, that's when your soul does not, it has to keep going. It has to do it again. It has to repeat. So you're really discovering this. So we have the crown chakra and the third eye chakra right here. So this is just tapping in. You're tapping in. You're seeing things as they are. I'm seeing so many repeating numbers on this, oh man, with the star. So many repeating numbers on the camera there. So trust that it's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna forget about what I just pulled out with them oracle cards. Wow. Now we have justice, guys, and this one's in reverse because we are still dealing with the injustice, with the inequality. No, that's not the word. Injustice. So, you know, humans, from the blackest African to the whitest Caucasian, there's a very, very, very little difference in our DNA in comparison to the spectrum of the fact that we even share very, very close DNA with like elephants and bugs. From human to human, it's so minor. It's minimal. It's like nothing in comparison to the grand scheme of everything. And it's such an injustice to society, to people, to culture, to ourselves, to our family, Ohana, one love, one God, one family. It's such an injustice to be bickering and fighting about the enemy when I just always imagine, like, when we really discover what an enemy is to humans, we're going to see the likeness in each other like we have never seen before. We are not in 1962 anymore, guys. It isn't like that anymore. It's not. We are entering a time of, we are talking about human rights. Do human lives matter in other galaxies? We are a species discovering itself. And as we come to this enlightenment, we better be prepared to stand in our glory, our honor, our strength, okay? We are a people, like we are a family. That's why it came out, strength. But it is in reverse because we are struggling to believe that we even are this, have this. Now we have the heart chakra with the solar plexus, because our hearts right now are just so out of alignment. And that's something that must come online in order for you to discover your divinity. Your heart has to be, a soul recognizes another soul. If we keep looking and judging and bonding and basing things based off of physical appearance and that what we see on the outside, classifying and labeling and separating and dividing each other based on these physical categories, it really wreaks havoc on our internal systems, which govern this, I want to say this projection. The Hangman. This is a big deal, okay? Big deal. The universe is here supporting this message. It's like, yes, we are onto something. They're very grateful. We're not sitting here arguing and bickering about who he said, she said. We need to be vulnerable with ourselves and with others. This is just such a, I mean, have you ever been in public and just been compelled or thought in your head, like, I should go hug a stranger? I totally have, many times. And I never do it, but it's just like, that's the vibe. That's what we need to be tapping into, is the vulnerability of oneself, just fully surrendering to the truth. This is, dude, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. Unconditional love is here. You better watch out with these want children thing though, because I don't like that. They want the children, keys to the car. Take a drink. Now we have the 5 of Cups. Now the throat chakra is online. Okay. Sadness, loss, grief, despair. After strength. Heartbreak. Okay, I just see this, we're so focused on what we've lost. We're not focusing at all on what we've gained or what we're gaining. Oh, and we can't forget that we start off with androgynous, with the 8 of Cups. Friend, listen. Patience. We got the solar plexus back online. New job, new way to look at how we put things together. Becoming a trade or a master at something. This could also just with the Three of Pentacles here, because these are the only cards that represent humans, really. Everything else is spirit. And it's like, if we could work together and get out of this grief and war and strife and sadness and revenge and vengeance, because this is Mars and Scorpio. It's like, I will win, I will defeat, I will conquer, I will walk away with your head on a stake. And it's just, you're so focused on what has been taken from you, what has been lost, and all of that, you know? We are in this together. I'm not blaming you. I'm guilty myself. And it's like, if we could figure out how to let that go, one band, one sound. We have this, if we could commit to building and structuring and creating a new vision for community. What does that look like? Why have we lost that? It's like I'm seeing the hippies from the 60s and 70s laying out on lawns and just refusing to participate, and the man, you know? It's kind of that vibe. That's what's holding us back, is we are not organizing ourselves in a way that brings us to any solutions. So we need to be clear that natural disasters are here. Androgynous. They want the children. Male gaze. So it's like, marriage does not stop male nature. And I'm not taking any of this literal. I'm taking it abstract, but also it's just like it is what it is, guys. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I just want to bluntly tell you, but at the same time, we need to be thoughtful of what's going on with the kids. Kevin Samuels. So, religion, doctrine, dictator, leader, president, saying some words. So, understand that there are things that are restricting us and limiting us from revealing to ourselves. We have the ability, so when we were little, we used to be able to see magic. We used to be able to believe and understand that we were connected to the magic of life until it was stripped from us, taken from us, beaten out of us. And then we grew up and started blaming and shaming ourselves and others, and here we are. So we need to identify what happened. What created this catastrophe? This Judgment card is like, it's time to face it's inevitable. It's the inevitable truth. It's like, go down the yellow brick road and accept. Woo, drama starter. Accept what it is. Accept what it is. 8 of Wands. The only way to get through this is to be together. Marrying for money in reverse, drama starter. Something or somebody is trying to get the children. I remember when I first started tapping in, I know what part of my mission is about these kids. So that's just going back to what I picked up on there with the gaze, because I'm starting to recognize how, yes, there's a psychology behind why women are being glorified or valued for their youth and appearance, right? That's being really pushed in society. We have Kevin Samuels here. That's really his message, is you are of value if you are young. I think he's young, fit. I don't know. He wanted you young, he wanted you fit, and he wanted you agreeable. He didn't want you to talk back or argue. Just do what your husband says. Because he went off of religious doctrine, which this also came out with Kevin Samuels. Scripture is restrictive and limiting. So there's this patriarchy here that's trying to usher in a particular dynamic where if you are a parent, please listen. Because, or not, you don't have to be a parent. Be a non-parent. Somehow you're here. You incarnated to be a part of this mission. Queen rising. Stepping into your power. You're really understanding marrying for money with children. I kind of have to be cryptic, you know what I mean? But I also want to be authentic. I want people to gravitate towards the truth, you know? Let's start talking about things that matter. Let's not just worry about materialism. That's the downfall of society. Oh. Girl fight. Okay, that one. Clout hungry. Says anything, does anything, makes ish up, dramatic. That's coming out because, you know what? As much as this is designed for your entertainment, is it not important to you what you're entertained by? Is it more about narcissism or is it more about fulfillment? Like, do you want to make it to the end of your life fulfilled? Or do you want your ego to be stroked so much that you just, I don't know, live in some sort of isolated bubble of, that's the point, is to isolate you. It's to isolate you on an island that only you exist on, that only you rule on, that it's all about you. And that's not helpful to your growth, to your expansion. Because if we get on these platforms and we just be dramatic and showy, which is really appalling when I observe any sort of children's entertainment, it's always like, oh my God, big eyes and like crazy stuff. They just look crazy. I know, I probably don't even have any more wax in there. Does it? We don't need a candle, it'll be alright. It's alright, no candles today. So, it's just dramatic, and I want my people, okay? We are family. I want us to get into a higher frequency so we can really bring in this wisdom. Could you imagine if we were intelligent enough to use the internet for letting children learn faster or teaching them innovation, creative ways to, I don't know, like, why are we not teaching children parkour? You know? Why are we not teaching some sort of creative body, like Tarzan? I'm just saying there should be some sort of VR experience where children learn how to become like Tarzan and develop skills and habits that move their body and their muscles in just such crazy ways that promote superhumans, because we're clearly capable of more. We just live at such a low frequency that we never push ourselves, except for athletes who we glorify in the media as something separate and outside of us, when all of us are capable of reaching that level of, in some way, shape, or form. And I know how it's been designed and structured, but why does it have to be a competition? Can it just be a way to see what we really can do? Well, rather than I beat you in a race, how about I can climb, run, hop, skip, and jump, and swim, and do all these things, because there's more to our DNA experience. There's more to grow and to evolve into. I just saw someone jump in the ocean and become a mermaid, you know? Why is that so far-fetched? Why is that so impossible to imagine? When we clearly have the ability to create all this, why would we not be able to grow wings or to grow fins or to potentially become immortal? Manifest things that are super magical and crazy to even fathom. Harry Potter world. Why not? Why not? Who said? The kings and the rulers said. The ones who told us, oh no. That put fear in our DNA. Don't touch that. Don't walk over there. You're gonna get dirty. Split. Exactly. So this is Split, which is that movie, you know, from Marvel, I think. And it was all about really understanding superhuman type of things. How someone can mutate and evolve. And I know this one was split personalities because, again, they always, the movies are expressing fear at first. They're always like wanting you to be scared of the stuff. But what if we changed the narrative of the movie and just said, well, we can tap into superhuman things? Because I think one of his personalities had like superhuman strength. Pay attention to your surroundings. Too fast, need for speed, use your brakes, warning. And we have keys to the car underneath the children, which is interesting because I told you, we need to be watching these kids. Our kids are on these tablets, they're on the phones, they're doing all these things. We pretty much said, here you go, you can have them. I'm a parent myself. I'm in this with you. I'm not claiming to have all the answers. I'm trying to support community and to acknowledge that we need to do better. We need to come up with better ways. Go out with a bang. I like that. Go out with a bang. So I want to read something from this book. I was reading it. It's called The Great Reset. Oh no. I know. What am I wearing? I don't know. I don't care. I know a lot of people like to make fun of Aquariuses because we don't match, but you know what? We are colorful. We got color, okay? I was kicking it today, me and the grass and the trees. We were having a good time. Okay, so this is where we're going to go. I am genuinely puzzled that the same person who wrote of a future in which the ideal human would be an eternal young cyborg, sexless and non-breeding, could have such sentiments. This book is based on the premises that the globalists believe they know better than the average person how to run their lives, because they consider themselves to be of a superior caste of human beings. They do not see the value of talking with us. It is said that the opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. The globalist seems supremely indifferent to the human beings in whose name they are supposedly making their plans. I fail to understand how the writer who wrote so dispassionately of the castration of young boys for their singing voices, or to create a class of, man, I can't read that word, unches to guard a, maybe I need to read a different spot. I'm sorry, guys. 9th grade education here. Okay. I don't know. This book has been intriguing. Maybe I shouldn't read it. But the point is, it's very interesting because it talks a lot about what is being planned and how... I just love how that just happened. Because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. This is not for perfection. I think that's kind of the point of that, is to laugh at it. It just be like, there is no perfect solution. There is no perfect ideal way to go about this. It's going to be rugged. It's going to be raw. It's going to be real. And we just need to tap into our humanity. I forgot about the animals. That's who we need to talk to. Let's talk to the animals. I was actually going to start with them, but I forgot. So we're going to just finish with the animals. Let's see what they have to say about this. We do have a mouse out here and a bear. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Number 9. So we have number 8 and number 9. We also have 20, 11, and 8. If that means anything. 20, 9, 11, 8. So we have 8 twice, and now we have 9. Brown bear spirit. The bear is a very protective animal to me. 36, 36. I've saw so many doubles. So I'm getting ancestor vibes. I'm getting hibernation, rest. Also, eat sufficient, store up sufficient amount of energy for the winter, symbolically. Okay, just this one. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Right after I said that, I got the squirrel with the acorns, because they do that. They bury a bunch of acorns, so 80% of them they never find again, and 20% they do. Very interesting. Come on. Believe in yourself. Time for a deep dive. So we have 60 and 57 here as well. Those could be your age. Doesn't matter. Could be anything. Swan spirit, time for a deep dive. Yeah, I haven't read that in a bazillion years. So let's see what the swan spirit says. Okay. With their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When swan spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understandings await you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why. Asking the deeper questions of yourself, you are led by the grace of a swan spirit. So I'm going to end it there because the protection message is, I just felt like I should. But I think that's beautiful. That makes a lot of sense with what we were talking about. We got the beaver here laying a foundation. Trust in divine detours is also here in the bee. So just know that you are building something. You are being asked to trust what's 616 as well. Trust what's happening. I know that it's crazy and I know that it's chaotic and planning is thrown out the window. You can't plan anymore. There's no more planning. It's go with it or resist. Which one sounds more comfortable? You either roll into it and go with the flow, or you just fight yourself. And either way, you're gonna... Oh, hold on, son.
It's very important.
What is it?
The can opener broke while I was trying to make some spaghettios.
Okay, I'll help you in a second. So, okay. See, this reading is what it is. I gotta go. So that's what I have. If you are interested, I have a website that has the information if you would like to book a personal reading with me. Everything is linked in the description below. You can email me. Also, I wrote a book called Scorpio Diaries. I lost my mind to find it. And that is also, it's available on Amazon. It's linked below. And please leave a comment. Let me know if this resonated. This one was a bit crazy, but you know, we gotta let Spirit do what Spirit does. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.